ho ho, Merry Christmas, good morning. What's up guys, how's it going? It's like a Sunday before Christmas. Yeah, Christmas Eve is actually next Sunday. Here we are again, 7ish in the morning, Sunday morning. Going to try and fly, but it's not looking too good, I'll be honest with you. The weather is actually closing in faster than I thought. It's actually IFR over in New Jersey and it's all moving this way. There's a ginormous rainmaker on the way up from Florida, and as you can see there, it's the outer bands of the rain on the way here already. So we're in for a soaker this evening, and tomorrow morning's commute to work won't be any better. If we do fly, which I'm going to set the cameras up and everything, and it's going to be a game time decision. But anyway, if we do, we're in 3-1 Delta Kilo here this morning. Brought the cameras along. I haven't set anything up yet. I just did the intro. I'll do the intro now, and then I'll set the cameras up. Then we'll make that game time decision. The plan was to fly out to West Hampton Beach here, but I've just picked up the weather out there, and the wind is starting to gust right across the runway. So things are going against us this morning. Anyway, not to worry. I had a request on a previous video from a viewer if I could explain a little bit about the camera setup inside. So all is not lost. We'll set those up. We'll do that for you. And again, it's a game time decision if we fly today. Stay safe. You know what I mean? Let's see. Yeah, we'll get to the cameras. I'll set them up. Wait for the office to open up. Keep an eye on the weather here on 4 flights. Let me just see what it's doing right now. Boom, boom. 4 flights, and it is second here. Yeah, it's actually closing in. It's IFR over in New Jersey at the moment, so it's not looking too good there, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that, but all the red dots are IFR, blue ones marginal VFR, but the weather is all pushing up this way. There, down here is our rainmaker, right there. You see that? There you go. Anyway, let's set the cameras up. Let me take off this silly hat. It's Christmas, and I'll be right back with you. All right. I'm not going to say let's go flying, but let's check back with you in a few minutes. How's that? Let's go. Alright, we're back again guys. Game time decision. We're not going anywhere. It's just not suitable. Temperatures aloft are dropping off as well. Temperatures at 3000 are like 2 degrees. Visible moisture up there, so I'm not going to mess with that. I need a little buffer. I need a buffer zone. So we scratched the flight today. Plane's back tied down again. All the covers are back on. However, I did set the cameras up inside. Pro Pilot Pete, this is for you. I'm going to explain to you a little bit about the camera setup if you want. Come on, let's do it. Let's hop in here. Santa Claus. Sit in. Oh, and Zach, the best ground guy, best line guy here at the airport, he was good enough to give us the GPU, so we're going to play around a little bit with the G1000. Might as well do something, practice on something when we're here. Alright, let's sit in and show you what's going on. Lower my... okay. Alright, here we are. Where do I start with all this madness? Alright, let's start back here, big brother. This camera here, that one right there, that is the foundation for most of my videos. When I sit into the plane before I even start it up, I fire that camera up and I hit record, and then I forget about it for the duration of the flight. That is the foundation. That's the clips I will take and build everything around the view from that camera. Alright, as you can see, it's built into a telescopic tube which is mounted to a few suction cups over there and also over here, and that there, that's the lock nut that locks everything in place. I made this little clamp here at home, and this tube here which holds this camera slides in there, it locks in, I set the camera here relative to the top of the headrest. So when I sit in the plane like this, okay, the back of my head is on the headrest, but my eye level is a little higher. So that's why I keep the lens of the camera ever so just a little bit higher than that. And I favour it more to the passenger side for a reason, because I did a few videos and all you see is the big Bose headset is in half the screen on the video, and it just doesn't look right. So I favour that camera there more towards the passenger seat. Plus it gets a nice view straight out there like that, and it's not, this camera up here is not blocking it, so it's looking right out there. So that's the foundation there. That's Big Brother back there. Over here, this is probably one of my favorite views of all. This view is supposed to show you what you would see if you were sitting right here in that seat, looking over kind of on a 45-degree angle like this. So you see the G1000, you see out the window, you see the controls, you see me. I don't know if you want to or not, but anyway. But that camera there is one of my favorites. I sometimes use that as the foundation for the videos as well. So it's one of these two. That's the foundation, and then everything else is just dropped in and built in around it. These are DJI Osmo over here. I built in these brackets here are homemade. I work in the construction industry in New York, so I have a lot of friends with architectural metal and glass and electricians and whatnot, so you know, a piece of paper and a quick sketch, and this is what I came up with. So I mount the battery backup charger. This is actually a electrical conduit kind of hanger, so it fits right in here, and it bolts right through a bracket. So you got camera and battery in the one suction cup mount, and you can see how I safed off the cable. I just tied a knot on it so I wouldn't lose it. That's on every camera. I have a backup charger on every camera, and it gives me about I'm gonna say, I tried it out at home, probably about 6 hours of footage on a 256 micro SD. So all of these cameras I have here have 256 memory cards in them, and they all get formatted the night before I go flying on the next flight. The reason being, you know, you learn the hard way, right? Some years ago I was on a flight and I downloaded all the cameras into the computer, and all of a sudden I'm working with the video, all of a sudden the computer goes like this. I'm like, okay. So I go back to the memory card, and of course, you know, I didn't read the little fine print on the screen, you know, and it says, would you like to delete after you import? And of course I went yes, and every camera was wiped out, footage gone, no video. So every flight that I do, I leave the footage on every camera until the Saturday night before I come here to do the next flight, and then I just format everything, and then I store all the footage on an external hard drive so it doesn't clog up my iMac, and the computer is fresh and ready to rock and roll for the next video, which is probably this one that you're watching today. So what else is there? Just a couple of views. I mean, this one here, this is the nose, this is pilot view over here, right wing. I was going to use the DJI Osmo over there today. I switched it up. I'm just trying out different cameras in different positions today. DJI is on both wings, here and here. This one up here, this is just a GoPro Hero 5 Session. Again, it's got the built-in battery pack, and the cable is nice and secure there with a single knot on it, just so I don't lose it. Gets a shot of the iPad and also over my shoulder for the G1000. Actually, let's turn that on. Now that we have power, we can turn it on. I might as well listen to the weather or listen to a quote or something. Anyhow, you know, it captures the this camera here captures the iPad, the G1000, the whole setup. What else is there? Back there in the back, you've seen him on the last video, that passenger view out the back window. I'm using the Hero 10 that's supposed to be over there to show you this video here. So that's about it. That's about it. I mean, nothing fancy. The audio is another thing. Just right here for a second, and I'll dig out my audio setup. Sorry about this now. Sit. Okay, let's see, where's my headset? I'll just take you through the setup with the audio. Alright. I'm not going to plug in my headset, you all know what a headset is. I'll just show you how I connect the audio up. So here's the Bose A20, obviously. I'm using a Sony voice recorder. Picked it up on Amazon. It's a pretty simple device. Nice, I like it. Let's see if there's any radios here. Avionics. Let's power this on for a second.
Send to maintain 4,000 for Airplane 769.
Let's approach, your up approach there. So yeah, this is the Sony voice recorder that I use to record. Quality of the audio is, let's check into the settings. I really don't know what settings I have this at. So let's see, recording settings. Let's go in here. Scene select. So I have it set at meeting, alright? So it's set to meeting mode, whatever that is. And record mode, I have it set to MP3, and it's set to 128 kilobytes per second. Alright, it's clear. When I listen to it on the iMac, it's clear. How I set it up is this. You've all seen these cables. They're available in Sporties, I think, have them, and My Pilot Store and all these places have them. It's this magic cable here. It's got the splitter. It's got the splitter on it, so one end goes into the headphone jack. My earphone for the Bose goes in here. Okay, and then we're left with this one, which connects into the microphone port on the voice recorder. And you just hit record and off we go. I like to record audio on two sources of audio. So usually I use the DJI over here to record audio, and I plug it in down here into the co-pilot's headset. So that camera there records from the co-pilot's headset, just in case something happens to this or happens to that. I have an extra source of audio. That's about it. I don't know what else. It's all about, every camera records in 4K 30 frames a second. It's a task in itself. There's more work preparing for the flight. There's more work editing the footage afterwards than there is actually sitting here flying the plane for the duration of that flight. It's crazy, but it's worth it. I like it. It's a hobby. You know, aviation is a big hobby of mine. It's probably the #1 hobby I have. This whole video editing YouTube thing is another add-on to that, and I'm glad everybody likes it. So I hope you learned something from my camera setup here today. If you have any questions, down below in the comment box, you know, about cameras, what do you think of this camera, what do you think of that one. I like the DJI, they work really nice. The GoPro 10 works nice. The worst GoPro, I have to hands up, the worst GoPro I ever bought was the 7. That thing heated up faster than a toaster. That thing wouldn't last 5 minutes without shutting down. The 7. I use the 7 for these little intro videos because they're short and sweet, and that's about it. I would never ever even, you know, if you were giving me a Hero 7, I wouldn't take it off it. But the rest of them work really well. DJI, nice product. Hero 10 works nice, 4K sharp images and all that. Takes up a little room on the computer when you're editing and you're post-processing, but I have an external hard drive and I just move everything over there out of the way and I upload to YouTube from there. That's about it. It's not about cameras, by the way. It's about flying this thing safely. So when I fire up all these cameras, I forget about them, okay? If they capture footage, they capture footage. If I'm climbing out and I'm about to go into a layer of cloud and I'm just concentrating on the autopilot, and in my ear or just out of somewhere I hear a camera shutting down, I'm like, forget it, don't worry about it, fly the plane. Don't worry about it, fly the plane. We'll record next week, you know, or the next flight. So it's not about, you know, getting the best angles or getting the best shots or getting the best footage. It's about being a safe pilot and being able to fly this thing safe. I mean, I flew this without cameras, and when I fly now with them, I still think I'm without them. Power them up, hit record, forget about it, fly the plane. Alright, that's it. Like you said, if you have any questions, just jot them down in the comment box below. Another one quick tour. Here we go. Okay, iPad, Hero 10, DJI, Hero 10. Right there's a Hero 5. And this one that you're looking at, it should be over there. Because guess what? The battery in the 7 died. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you're watching this over the holidays of the Christmas period, ho ho ho, Merry Christmas to you, Happy Holidays, and hopefully the next day we're up, it'll be nice in VFR. We'll take you along on a flight and we'll go and get some eggs somewhere, or we might just do the city tour, or we'll do something. Alright, thanks again guys, appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Over and out. Thanks a lot. Merry Christmas to you. See ya. Yeah, I'm on the early out. I was due to fly this morning, but I'm not going up. I just wanted to give you guys a shout out to people are safe and Baltimore.
I want to kill, thank you anytime, and happy holidays you too.
That's alright, I'll see you soon. Yeah, we could just pass that on to the rest of the controllers from you too. Appreciate it.
I will, thank you, we appreciate it.